number that someone's floated him that nobody can match, and so he's safe now.
And maybe for the people at home, when you say there could be a number that somebody floated, what does that mean in terms of Colin Houck and his representatives?
So we talked at the top of the draft about draft pool size and things like that. You can spend whatever you want at any one pick, but you are limited to how much you can spend in the whole draft. So you can't trade picks, but you can effectively trade the pick by going way under at one, saving some money, going way over on the next one. You can sort of move money around, and in some cases we've seen teams try to cram all their money into the first 3 picks, get 3 good players, and then sign everybody seniors for $5,000. We saw that Brody did that when he was the GM, got 3 or 4 players, and then did the seniors early. There's some schools of thought that is the best way to do this.
If Colin Houck has said, I've been told I can get this number, isn't there some risk that somebody else says, oh, really? Well, we'll match that number, and we're going to hurt that team.
There's unfortunately some benefit for high school players during the spring not making it known that they are signable, because in situations like this, you need to seem unsignable. There have been examples. Shane McClanahan had a big deal, told teams not to draft him halfway through the draft, and then the Rays just called his bluff and took him, and now they got him, and he should have been a White Sox. Cal Raleigh had multiple deals that he didn't get to.
Raul Labanez back at the podium.
With the 32nd pick of the 2023 MLB draft, the New York Mets select Colin Houck, a shortstop from Parkview High School, Lilburn, Georgia. The Milwaukee Brewers have the next pick.
Well, maybe then they did save some of their money and they give it to Colin Houck, because you guys, and certainly you, had him much higher than going where he does here in the competitive balance round of 32.
I had him 16th on my board. Mets fans, you may need this right now. Coming with me, this pick gets an emphatic hell yes. This is exactly the kind of guy you need to be taking. I'm excited to do this breakdown. Oh, here we go. I saw him this spring at a tournament in Hoover, Alabama, and after about 3 swings, I looked at the scout next to me and said, that's Evan Longoria. He goes, oh yeah, I already wrote that in my report. You didn't know that? I was like, all right, I guess I got here a little late. So, like Longoria, he is a shortstop that will probably move to third base. I think his athleticism fits best there. He'll be above average there, too. Also, quarterback, had some SEC offers. He can really fling the rock around. There's some similarities here to Matt Chapman, Longoria, guys like that could play short, but you put him at third because that's a little better where the athleticism works. But what you're buying here is an all-around player, multi-sport athlete, potential above-average hitter. There's going to be plus raw power. This program, Parkview, is better than some college programs. Yeah. We got Matt Olson, Frank Core, a number of big leaguers, number of first-round picks. They faced good competition. I think they had 6 home games this year because they were playing all over the country, going to see everybody, playing the best players.
Colin Houck, Mississippi State, because he didn't quite think he could play SEC quarterback, and so then he just finally, okay, I'm all in on baseball. The talent screams maybe Longoria, maybe Arenado, like it's a shortstop athleticism, but maybe end up being a third base frame. The ball travels to center and right center field. Like when you watch him stay inside the ball, and it's the kind of strength that can get the ball out to the big part of the park. That's why you saw Longoria. I think the Mets can overpay here too, because this is their first pick and they got plenty.
Well, you saw in all the video where he made contact. His opponent's contact is out front. His head doesn't follow it tries to follow the baseball all the way deep. It hits it and it looks for it out front. That's hard to teach for young hitters. And his ability to be able to do that at a young age tells you that ball is going to carry. He's strong enough, got big, strong wrist, good bat speed. Watch where his point of contact is.
Easy.
His head does not follow the baseball all the way there. The eyes stay out in front. That's why the ball sounds different on the side.
He throw from any angle, too. I mean, a football quarterback, he learns how to throw, whether it's sidearm, underhand, overhand, he'll complete that. And baseball was the first sport he played when he was younger, and that's why he ultimately said, I'm going to choose baseball, because that was the first love. In that area, when you're the number 1 player in Georgia, you know, that says more than those states.
Yeah, and I would also say one of the things that Houck does that is most unique is his swing. When I watch the super slow-mo, he never gets his arms fully extended trying to hook the ball, trying to pull it down the line. He'll need to learn to pull and lift, the thing Berkey's been talking about. But because he's been a multiple sport guy, he's not the most polished, but he has the innate stuff you can't teach. I haven't seen big leaguers that good at fouling off a pitch every single time. Arm is not extended. It is like this. He's not far now. He's not getting into bad habits. He is a baseball player. He's not a softball, sit and spin kind of hitter, which we sometimes see in these sorts of areas of the draft.
Feels like the Mets did well here.
Yes.
There's no reason this guy's going this low, other than the money.
They've got $8.5 million roughly to spend in this draft, and the slot value is like $2.6. So, I mean, if you want to go get the stretch guy, you got the ability to do it right now, and I think if you're the Mets, I mean, Colin, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think you thought this guy'd be here unless you were cutting something ahead of time and just jumped out in front of everybody. But if you got to wait until 32 to pick and you end up with Houck, that's not a bad night.
And I get the impression last year they kind of pulled Parada down to that pick. Once he got a couple picks down, they got him there.
This doesn't feel weird that the Mets were cutting a deal with somebody this good this late. Here's Raul. They pick Brock Wilken. Here the Brewers
With the
again.
33rd pick of the 2023 MLB draft, the Milwaukee Brewers select Josh Noth, a right-hand pitcher from Patchogue Medford High School, Medford, New York. The Minnesota Twins have the next pick.
So they go Patchogue, Long Island. They take prep school pitcher, and you get a chance to watch some video of him there. He's a pretty imposing figure.
Yeah, the Mariners fans don't deserve him. They booed me. I don't like it. They don't get the picture that everyone thought they should have. So Note has maybe some of the most unique characteristics from the high school pitching class. This spring, I was getting texts from scouts after they left to start saying, "Where's he going?" And that is Coach